y'all, welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I have not done this in so long and I don't know which channel I want this to go on. So if you are new here, hit that support button on your way in so you don't miss hitting it on your way out. And if you are not new here, welcome back. I love you. Y'all, I don't know why I'm nervous. I feel like I'm doing YouTube for the first time. It's been a long time since I did a sit down. So let me calm my nerves a little bit. Hold on. Okay. So as you can tell by the title, I am here to do an update on my life. Oh my gosh. I am here to do an update on my life. And as y'all know, my videos are all over the place, okay? Because I'm trying to find my niche on YouTube. Oh my god, something in my eye. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to find my niche on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out the direction I want my channel to go. So it's been a whole lot going on, okay? So first and foremost, hey, I'm fine. How are you? Talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Y'all, I swear I am nervous and I don't know why. I honestly don't know where to start. I think that's what I'm most nervous about, because talking, for me, I talk slow. So if you hear, get your wine, get your tea, get your juice or whatever you're sipping on, get your little snack, because we're gonna be here for a while, okay? So as most of you guys know, I have been dealing with, I hate to use domestic, because when you think of domestic violence, you think of physical. And honestly, it didn't get physical until the ass end of it, where I just said that I'm done. Now, before we get into all that, I thought Zoe and I was in a good space, but looking back at it now, it's just like we were never in a good space. He just always kept me where it was comfortable for him, and I didn't realize it until now, how bad things were. Like, shit was bad, and I'm kind of embarrassed to share with you guys. Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed to share with you guys. Okay. What up, Loyalty Squad? Welcome back to the Diary of Fonze. I'm Fonze. Hey. If you are new here, hit that support button on your way in so you don't miss hitting it on your way out. And if you are not new here, welcome back. I love you. Now let's get into this video. As you guys can tell by the title, I am here to do a life update. Okay. I kind of don't know where to start. Okay. I don't know where to start, which means I don't know how I'm going to finish. So I guess I am going to start by saying that I appreciate everyone who has reached out to me during my hard times and my good times, because those matter as well. But the hard times, I really appreciate the love, support, the advice, the suggestions. Like, I love it all, and I really appreciate everyone who has reached out to me to check and see if I'm okay, because your girl be going through it. Okay, so where can I start? Okay, I guess I'm gonna start off by saying, most of you know that, I'm gonna just start off by saying mental health is real. It really is, because looking back on my situation, I hurt not only myself, I hurt my kids in the process. And I feel like it has a lot to do with, I feel like it plays a part in my son's behavior and decisions now. Because baby, now if you don't know, in order to catch up to speed, if you don't understand or if I lose you throughout this video, you have to go watch other videos. I think I may have deleted them or put them on private because I'm trying to change and move around that part of my life. So hopefully you'll understand. So I'm just gonna start off by saying, yeah, me and Zoe have been rocky for years, and I want to say late April, early May is when things started going downhill with my son. His attitude, the way he talked to me, how he was acting, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know what to do. When I tell y'all, I contacted my dad to see if he could help or whatever, and it really didn't help because of the current situation. You know, we can't go off of, well, if you would have done this, then this, you know. And a lot of people has thrown that in my face and said, well, if you would have let him do this, or if you would have let him come over here. I didn't. Now we're here. I admit my wrongs as well. I'm saying all this because I'm going to get into the situation after. But I admit my wrongs as well because maybe I should have. But my thing is, I feel like if I'm not in a stable place financially and you are, and you know that I'm going through a situation and you see your family member that you care about going through some things, it's like, why not take the initiative to come get them and do the things that they like to do, or come take them out to eat, or just come get them for a little bit, or just initiate those things. It's not always about discipline, you know? So I feel like I'm not only to blame, because it's like, you could have done something too. Especially, what I'm saying is, it's nobody's responsibility but mine. But don't try to make it seem like, had I done what you feel like I should have done, it would have been a different outcome when you didn't step in another way. If that makes any type of sense. But anyway, towards the end of April, beginning of May, my son started hanging around these kids that I wasn't too fond of. I was having a hard time battling whether I was having a hard time battling how to treat him, because it's like, if I whooped his ass, he wasn't gonna do nothing but stay gone. Then I would have to worry even more. But if I continue to let him do what he's gonna do, he's gonna go on the wrong path. By me talking to him, everybody, when I tell y'all, everybody has talked to my son, from teachers, elementary teachers, middle school teachers, high school teachers, principals, someone through the courts when he had that, I remember telling y'all about the trespassing situation, because he was suspended and he went to his brother's school when he wasn't supposed to, because he was suspended. But anyway, everybody has talked to him, from his grandparents to my sister. Everybody has talked to him. So it's just like, when talking is not working, whooping his ass is not working, what else do you do? He's missing that. And this is what I was just talking about. He's missing that, okay, let me come get Jameer so we can go play basketball. He loves stuff like that. Like when my brother was coming to do that, you know, my brother, he got his own stuff going on right now. So it's just like, I know he loved doing stuff like that, is what I'm trying to say. So the people that are able, or is, or was able, did not. And it's just like, okay, let me come get him so I can take him out to eat, because he needs that attention right now. Yes, you have other kids and we can take them out to eat as well, but let me come take him away from, you know what I'm saying? Let me spend more time with him. Let me, right? So that didn't happen. So I did what I felt was best. And towards the end, he's, like I said, he started hanging around with these kids I didn't know. Now, I remember telling y'all that some boy jumped off my roof. Later to find out his name was JJ. I cried, y'all. I cried. I did. Because it's just like, God, I don't know what else to do. Now that I see everything and how everything unfolded, it was supposed to happen. Everything that happened was supposed to, God know what he doing. I'm just going to say that. So, I remember y'all telling me, I remember telling y'all that I met the little boy JJ because he jumped off my roof. I was so pissed. And another little white boy walked out my son's room because they didn't have nowhere to go. I'm just not finding out a lot of shit. But at that time, I didn't know that they had somewhere to go. They just lied, whatever, because this was more convenient. Because my son is very sweet. He is very sweet. He's naive. You know, at that time, he was only 14. He's easily influenced, especially when he didn't have that person to look up to, you know, as far as a fatherly figure is concerned. Or someone, like, he had my dad, but it's like, it's not the same, you know. So, being that he was just influenced by the wrong people. He was under the influence while being influenced by the wrong people. And it's just like, seeing my son go downhill, oh my gosh, it broke my heart. But it's like, I'd rather my son be around me. And it's like, if he couldn't have the people that he wanted around him, I couldn't have him here. Because he wasn't going to be here. He didn't want to be here if that was the case. But anyway, I ended up letting the one little boy spend the night. He slept on my porch. He literally slept on my porch. And I felt bad. So 2 nights I let him sleep in the house. Now, during that time, JJ was in jail because of some shit that they done that I had found out later on. But where I went wrong was not looking into these kids because they're 18 and 19. Why wasn't I looking them up? Because normally, I'm not going to say her name, but normally I'll call my girl and be like, can you look so-and-so up for me? She'll look them up because that's just what she do. And I don't know why I didn't. I was just so wrapped up in the moment and trying to, you know, get my son situated and try to figure out what is going on. But I couldn't get a handle on the situation, trying to do my business, YouTube. Y'all know, I have not done YouTube in forever. I would go live, but that's it. So, that's where I went wrong. I didn't look into these kids. Now, when JJ ended up getting out of jail, he was like, I apologize, but I don't have nowhere to go. My mom is dead. Later on, I found out that his mama wasn't dead because I met her. I literally met her. He was like, man, this lady swears she my mom, but it's my aunt. Now, when I'm talking to the lady, I know I'm getting off topic a little bit, but stay with me. He's like, what did he say? This lady swears she my aunt, but no, this lady swears she my mom, but she really my aunt. Now, when I'm talking to the lady, she was like, yeah, my son this, my son that, referring to JJ. So I'm just like, okay, well, I thought his mom was dead. I wasn't gonna say that to her. I'm like, what? It's not his mom. But they look alike. He looked just like his mama. So it's like, okay. After everything was said and done, I ended up getting a call from her because of the situation. And I was like, wow, he told me his mom was dead. And she told me, she was like, yes, because he don't want to do what he's supposed to do around the house. He don't want to go to school, da-da-da. And I was just like, anyway, back to the story. After I met him and he told me that his mother was dead and he ain't had nowhere to go and he didn't have his dad was dead, I felt bad. I have a soft spot for stuff like that, especially kids. So I let him stay. The white boy ended up leaving and I had not seen him since. So 2 more kids came. Okay, I said, Lord, what I'm gonna do? These kids came because they said their mama kicked them out. Okay, I was like, why, Lord? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you bring these kids to my house? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? So it's not like, this is also where I feel as a parent. I did not ask their mother's name, no, none of that. I didn't. Because had I asked, I would have known exactly who she was. So 2 weeks go by that the kids had been coming and staying like in and out the house. Like I let them stay for 2-3 nights, and you know, I would tell them, y'all gotta find somewhere to go. And of course my son would leave with them to go over JJ's sister's house. So whatever. This one particular day, this girl came banging on the door. I was like, what the hell? What's going on? Or did I hear her outside? No, I hear her outside. And you know, she, you know, real pissed, as a mother should be, looking for her kids for 2-3 weeks. So I step outside. She was like, I know you. So all I could do was smile, because I'm at this point, I'm like, I know who she is. I don't know her name. I don't know. But I see her face. I'm like, I know. She looked familiar. So I'm just sitting in my chair on the porch at this point, by my stairs, and she yelling at her kids and yelling at JJ, and because, you know, he's a bad influence on all the younger kids, because that's all he did was hang around a bunch of young kids, because they're easily to be influenced, right? So yeah, she was like, just come home. And she pleading with them to come home, just come home. And you know, they didn't leave or whatever. And she was like, all right, that's all right, I'm gonna send the police, da da da. And I want to say either it's that night, I'm like, what is your mom's name? He gave me his mom's name. I was like, oh, I'll call my cousin. I was like, you know, da da da. She was like, yeah, that's our cousin. I said, I know. She looked familiar. And y'all know how distant cousins are, or cousins through marriage. That's how it was. So I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. So with her being all rah-rah, I'm like, okay, she ain't gonna be the right person to talk to. So I guess she was under the impression that I had her kids here, not wondering who their parents are, because like I said, my son was just bringing kids. But lesson learned. So I want to say a few days after that, was it Jameer's birthday? I'm just gonna say a few days. I'm not gonna put no date on it. A few days after that, the brother came, and one of the sons of my cousin was getting ready to fight the son because he didn't want to come home or whatever. And after that, the mom pulled up. She was pissed, and you know, she was talking her shit. I'm just like, she's upset. Y'all need to go home. But I knew if they left here, they wasn't going home. So I'm like, y'all can't stay here. They ended up leaving. They was back the next day. Anyway, the police was called, ended up getting them, and I ended up calling my cousin. The time when I had called my cousin, she was like, I'm gonna call her and talk to her. So we had ended up getting each other's number or whatever. She was real calm, and we talked. Our kids have so much potential, and it's just so sad because society is sucking these babies the fuck up. Do you hear me? Like, one of her kids is very artistic. Like, he can draw his ass off. The other one is into music, and it's just like, y'all can be doing something with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Making y'all's clique more positive. You know what I'm saying? Doing more y'all can be making fucking money. You hear me? Yes, it's gonna take hard work, but it's just like, anyway, after that, a situation happened. Whew. After that, a situation happened. I think I may leave a video right here. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna explain. I was doing JJ's hair, and some guy rode past. One of the little brothers, one of the brothers was like, so and so just rode past here. Da, da, da. I guess JJ knew him. At that time, I didn't know. He was standing on the side of JJ and was like, you know, he kind of whispering to him, but I'm hearing him because I'm standing right next to him doing his hair. So he like, oh, that's probably da 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 da. 2-3 minutes later, he rides back up. I hear it. He pulls in the driveway and park, you know, on the other side of my house. I'm like, what the hell is going on? JJ gets up, go outside. Then this happened. What, baby? In the house now.
Nobody, I'm talking to all y'all niggas. What you gonna do? What's up, boy? You ain't take the bite? You ain't take the bite? You ain't take the bite? Okay. Yeah, I know. I bet y'all niggas better come back to my block, though. And let me catch y'all on that bitch. Let me catch. Okay, do it then. Bring your ass home, nigga. You banned from your own family's house, nigga, on my mama, nigga. Y'all come back in my alley and see what happened, nigga.
Then I'm like, what the hell? After that shit, because the guy apologized to me. He was like, I don't know what's going on, but I apologize, queen. But one of these little niggas stole my da-da-da. I was like, well, that's my son. He was like, I apologize, but somebody came and stole my son's bike, and this nigga, talking about JJ, stayed right next door to me or something like that. So I'm just like, okay, shit was dead. It died down. They all were outside. It was 4 of them. The 2 brothers, my son and JJ. They were all outside, and they ended up, because I figured JJ was pissed at the situation, so he left. I was still doing his hair. He left. They walked down the street. Mind y'all, I'm standing. It was like 3 houses down. The stop sign is 3 houses down. And I look, they turn in the corner. So I'm like, okay. I come in the house. I bullshit you not. 5 minutes later, all I hear is, no, no, no. This little girl ran across here. I said, what the fuck? Drop everything. Go outside. Why is these kids fighting? I said, what the hell? Now, by this time, I said, really? That quick? I'm like, it's always something. What? So, later on that night, my best friend ends up coming over. My best friend always comes through. Now, this was around the time when they were doing the protesting for Jalen. He had Sneaky Link. That's what I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him Sneaky Link. He brought his baby mom over. And when she got out the car, she was like, oh, you cute, you sexy, da-da-da. So in my mind, I'm thinking, after my best friend told me who she was, I was like, best friend, that's weird as fuck. Like, why the fuck would you bring her over here? That's weird. It's weird as hell. Now, this is before anyway, I will let y'all know in my other video. They get here and I'm looking at my best friend like, what the fuck? She is sitting. Okay, so before I get into that, this was the same night. My best friend ends up. Now, see, I love my best friend. I love the fuck out of him for this, because he ended up making them, you know what I'm saying? They shook hands and all that after the fight, because you know, kids fight. And it was, for real, to me, it was good to see that they can actually be like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh, before my best friend came over to make amends, my one friend, we're gonna call him Billy, he came over and we were sitting out on my porch, right? When I came out, because he was like, I'm outside. I came out and I seen the neighbors that they had just fought. I seen them standing outside calling my kids and you know, shit like that. So I'm like, what the hell? They standing out with bats and all that. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So they're like, come outside, you pussy, come outside. So I'm like, okay. So me and Billy looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? So I end up breaking it down to him what happened. We sitting down, I want to say 5 minutes later, I bullshit you not, police come. I said, what the fuck? I see them coming up to the house. So I'm like, I'm confused, why are y'all here? And they was like, well, we got a complaint that your kids are terrorizing the neighbors again. I said, my kids haven't even been outside since that first incident when y'all came over and questioned me and all of that, since earlier. They was like, well, they said that they were just outside. I said, no, they were antagonizing them, trying to taunt them to get them to come outside. But see, my thing is, what I think they thought was going to happen was, by them calling them outside, they was going to come out and give them a reaction so they can get caught by the police. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Kids fight. But anyway, after that, my best friend ended up coming over. Billy's still sitting on the porch or whatever. And like I said, the baby mom popped out. So anyway, we talking, and my best friend ended up making them, you know, they end up making amends. And we outside, we chopping, we kicking or whatever. And we thought shit died down. So After everything was said and done, I'm like, okay, cool, everything is everything. And it's a whole lot that I'm missing. Trying to keep my composure, because this shit is hard, not being able to voice how I feel about everything. It's just hard, y'all. It really is. I don't know if y'all remember when I did the live, and I was telling y'all how my son was lost and, you know, all of that. I just feel so bad because it's so much I should have done as a parent. I know, you know, I can't beat myself up about it, but it still hurt, you know. Especially when you feel like you failed your child. That shit hurts. It hurts so bad. It really does. Okay, y'all. I'm back. Slight intermission. But yeah, at the end of the day, we can only do so much as parents. There's no handbook on parenting. It just isn't. But yeah, when my best friend ended up coming with the baby mom, I was just listening to her and she was just ranting on about her baby daddy, and I'm like, what's your baby daddy's name again? No, she made sure, she kept reassuring me that his name was what his name is. I almost slipped up. Yeah. So I'm just like, I put my best friend to the side. I'm like, why does she keep making it be known who her baby dad is? I'm so confused. That was another thing. So I'm just like, Now this was before I had even went to his house and all that. I'll get into that in my video. But I'm just like, and she cool as fuck. Like, she cool as hell. But yeah, I'm just like, Miss Friend, why she keep, did you tell her something? Like, what? Because at this point, I only liked him. And for real, at that point, that day, I didn't look at him like that. But I really didn't look at him like that after leaving his house the one time. I'll let y'all know in the video. But I'm just like, okay. Yeah. But that's pretty much my life update. It's like I went from being able to, like, it's like I went from waiting to exhale to it being like, you know how you go and you stop mid and it's just like, oh my gosh, my chest is so tight. I can't release this. I can't release all the tension, all the frustration, all of the anger, all of the madness. I can't, because something else happens and then it has something to do with my child. So it's like, as soon as I was done, I know I am completely done with Lorenzo. Thank you, Jesus. Completely done with him. Once I knew that, it was just like, woo. But slowly retracted, because it was like, dang, now I gotta work on fixing my son while fixing myself. Okay. Now I even asked my son, I'm like, let me know what you feel I should or need to change as a parent for you. Because if you think about it, if you are if you are a mother, especially if you're a single mother of multiples, every child is different. One child, both children can do the same thing. But just because you whoop this one and try to whoop this one, that don't mean this one is going to take well to that whooping. This one might be like, all right, I ain't doing that shit no more because I don't want no whooping. This one be like, all right, all she gonna do is give me a whooping and I'm gone. After that, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I asked him that because I want to know how I am as a mother to you. And I asked him, I said, well, you know, tell me what you want to change about yourself or within yourself as my child, as well as within yourself for you. And he has yet to tell me. But throughout this whole situation, it has brought us closer. I love the fuck out of my kids. I really do. But that's my dog. That's my man. I know we gonna be super fucking close. I know we are. I see it. I feel it. And it's just so crazy because sometimes, you know how some people be like, oh, you too friendly with your child. Oh, you're too this with your child. You can suck out of my ass with a straw. How about that? Okay. Because again, every child is different. And if I want to be friendly with my child, and especially given my situation, like now I feel like he respects me a lot more, especially because we communicate a little bit better. I don't see nothing wrong with it as long as you don't cross that line. Like sometimes, like I told y'all, his whole demeanor changed throughout that situation, and you know, his little downfall. Who don't have those? Okay, I point me to the best mother, point me to the best daughter, point me to the best sister, point me to the best friend, and not like literally speaking, but you know, point me to, for real. Cause who's perfect? God. Anyway, he'll have his times where he'll slip up and cuss. I'm like, watch him out. And he'll apologize, and he'll, you know, correct himself. That's one thing we're not gonna do. We're not gonna do that. But I feel like, now this is just me. Curse all you want, because you're gonna do it anyway. And I don't feel like if it's not disrespectful to me, why the fuck should it matter to you? Anyway, I feel like if we having a conversation and you're heated and I see you're mad and you cussing, I'm gonna let you know. All right, come on. You're real excessive on the cussing, but I'm not gonna be like, all right, well, I'm done talking to you because you cussing and you can't stop cussing. If that's how you express yourself until you learn how to control that, and I see and know that you're trying to control it, I'm good. Just like the one time he was talking to me, he was like, man, this nigga pissed me the F off. I'm sorry, Mom. Okay, that's fine. But if you ranting, if I see change, then, you know, we gonna be cool. We gonna be good. I feel like a lot of the times we resort to ass whoopings over talking to your child, because it's one thing that I've learned about my kids. Talking to them versus whooping them for something, even if it's something that they know they shouldn't do, it's a huge fucking difference. They're more scared of you and will be more hesitant to tell you shit when you acting like a massa. Okay? Go give me a switch. I said, what? We treat our own kids how they treated us. But, you know, we have to break generational curses. Yeah. And it's starting with me. So, I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling even with my second oldest, because he getting flippy at the mouth. He's starting to do what he want to do. But, you know, it's a process. And I'm just thankful and grateful to God that everything is changing. Anyway, I love you guys. This is the end of the video. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comment box below. What? Make sure you hit that support button on your way out in case you forgot to hit it on your way in. Always remember to be encouraged to encourage somebody else, because you never know what someone is going through. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. What the fuck was that? See y'all.